Hi, Coach. Adam Lister Tiger, 24/7 Sports. We got to see Dre'lon kind of showcase his versatility tonight.
Yeah.
How big could this be to kind of get him going?
That's what it's going to be. It's not. That wasn't a play. That was real. That's what he is going to do for us from here on.
But why does it take
That's
this
who
long,
he
though?
is. We've identified what he is. Marshall is happy to have him in his room, and we're going to use him as much as we can, and even more.
Hey, Coach Leo Rivera with Scope Sports. Last week you talked about
That don't tell us nothing, man. That don't tell us nothing, man. Now, see, what you just said could hurt you more than putting out any video this week. I'm not even sure if we got a game this week. But what you just said, Coach Prime, can hurt you more than it can ever help you, because now if we know you go on to Dre'lon Miller, your opponents are just going to have their eyes on Dre'lon. They're going to whoop his ass all game. And then you're going to have an athlete who is wounded. And if he's a real dog, he could play through it. But even your best athletes can't go through being singled out by an entire defense and still play confident on the back end. So now that you said out loud that we're going to continue with Dre'lon Miller, featuring Dre'lon Miller, please have a backup plan. Please have a backup plan. You need to please have a backup plan to feature another one or two of your players. Because if you think that, I said, this is what I would talk about being humble, man. Like, if you think you the only smart man in the room, I can't even talk to you. I can't even talk to a man who thinks he the smartest man in the room. Because me and you on two different levels as far as thought-wise. Please, just off of you saying that, it's cool. Dre'lon Miller could get the ball a couple of times next week or next time we play. But you have to feature someone else. Because if you don't have no counter to your punt, to your jab, if you have no counter to your knockout punch, then how do you ever expect to get back to your knockout punch, right? Because at this point, we need some real questions. And I'm not even saying that you had a bad question. I'm just, we a couple of questions in, and we ain't getting to the meat and potatoes. Let's get to the real, man.
talked about, you said it was undisciplined for your team.
Oh, you want to talk about defense? Like, who cares what coach said about defense? We all know the defense did their job.
Defense to be able to fade late. You had 6 total penalties accepted again today. How do you have to go
Say
about
that
fixing
once
that?
again.
You had 6 penalties accepted against your team today. How do you go about fixing that?
What does that mean, accepted against it? We had 6 penalties. Yeah, we had 6 penalties. Is that the total?
There was one that was declined, I think.
Yeah, I think it's better than last year. I'm trying to find light, man, in the dark tunnel.
What the fuck was that?
I'm trying to find light, man, in the dark tunnel. Penalties will happen. It's the timing of some of the penalties.
Right.
That's the problem. The timing. We have the DBs wearing
football.
gloves at practice like mittens so they can't reach. We're doing everything we can. We just got to make the plays and not do the stuff that disable you and disarm you from winning the game.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell, Boulder Daily Camera. You guys came out offensively and did a lot of new wrinkles tonight, some things we haven't seen before.
Right.
But then it seemed after those first couple drives, went away from that.
Exactly.
that.
I don't think we went away from that. I think the game sometimes dictates.
The game never dictated to go away from it because the game never got away from you. Come on, man. Like, that's why I love Joe Gibbs, man. Joe Gibbs would take fault for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, a humble man, bro. You got to be a humble man.
I don't think we went away from that. I think the game sometimes.
The game never got away from you. Now, staying as a play caller, staying focused, that's another thing. You got to stay focused as a play caller. Oh, let's go back to the game plan. Does not get away from the game plan. And some of that is head coach's job. Hey, let's steer this boat back to what we came here to do.
Times dictates what you're going to do. We were okay with where we were at halftime, but we knew we were in for a fight in the second half. Going into the locker room at halftime, we wish we could have gotten another score tremendously. And even tonight, one of the big penalty, man, shoot, you don't get that penalty by, I don't know, one of the receivers or whoever was on that long run. We may be sitting up here in a different mood. Both teams had 6 penalties at them. Look, but ours was for 67 yards, theirs for 34. We got to do better. We got to do much better. And we have been doing much better. We just got to stay consistent with that.
Coach
My man.
Talked about a lot about consistency these past few weeks,
Yeah.
minus a few mistakes, obviously, at the end. Just do you feel like you saw more of just a consistent team than what you have in previous weeks?
No, I saw what I saw at practice. Everything I saw today, I saw at practice. And that's where it starts.
If you saw all this in practice, then why they in the game? Now, I know the dudes that I named should be leaders. I know we ain't seen no foolishness from them in practice. We better not be. But as far as everybody else, why can't we put somebody else in? Because I would admit, as being, coaching youth football, the shit you see in practice, that shit translates to the football field every time. That shit don't fail. If for some reason your running back keep running to the outside when it's supposed to be going up the gut during practice, best believe during the game he gonna do the same shit. So a lot of this shit don't be new. It don't be new news. It's just about how do we control it, how do we manage it, and how do we progress from it. Right?
And then the preparation. It's nothing different than what I saw at practice, what we just saw in the game. And I pray that these young men understand that practice is your prerequisite. That's your preparation for how you're going to perform. Rarely have I seen men in all levels practice bad and go out there and
All
dominate
levels.
in the game. I haven't seen that. That wasn't my recipe for success. Got to practice better, tremendously better at some positions.
Hey, Coach, you guys schemed up a great start.
Yeah.
Both sides of football really started quickly.
Yeah.
Where did you see things start to just slowly fall off?
We got to get consistency from all positions. I don't want to single anyone out. I hope that's not what you're looking for.
It may not be time to single anybody out, but it's time to single out a position. It's time. See, this is the thing. Like, there's nothing wrong with making it clear what you need from said position, from a certain position. There's nothing wrong in making it clear to that person and to the world what you need from them. And I think that's the mistake here. Like, I feel like in society nowadays, we think that everything that's not positive is a negative, and everything that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything that's not, just because it's not positive don't mean it's a negative, basically. And you telling us what you need from a certain position group is nothing wrong with that. And if anyone feels offended by it, then they need to check themselves. But you should be able to answer this question with ease. And all of these questions are cream puff ass questions. The Colorado media needs to step it up, and somebody needs to have some balls and drop their nuts and ask you, why do you keep going back to Kalen Salter? Who is the starter for next week, next game? And why? And why do you keep changing quarterbacks? Like, these questions need to be answered. No. These questions need to be asked first. Because I can't blame the man if he's not even getting those questions. But we need better questions from the Colorado media. And I'm calling them out right now.
I can't. I don't want to single anyone out. I hope that's not what you're looking for. But we got to get consistency at all positions. When we get that, you're going to see the continuation of what you saw early on in the game. You guys act like you can't see. Right? You see the same darn thing I see.
But your opinion's more important than ours.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We got to get consistency. I challenge the guys all the time because I want them to be pros. I want them to have or professional in some sort. And whether it's on the field or off the field, you got to have consistency in your life.